I'm a guy that loves to do all aspects of music. I've been making and producing my own music since 2019, and I was a part of a mixed and all-guys show choir for my whole high school career. But I've not been too confident about it until this one event that I did last year. This one event shaped me to where I'm a better musician than whatever I would have been without it. And I'm here to tell you how I became a true musician. Well, at least in my eyes. In October of last year, I auditioned for the Southwest Missouri District Honor Choir. It wasn't anything exceptional. I mean, everyone that auditioned made it. I only auditioned because I didn't have anything better to do, and my choir director said that the honor choir always needs more boys. I showed up to the rehearsals and was mixed on them. I enjoyed some of the pieces, and it was nice to work in a new environment. However, the situation made it feel like I did not belong, and a lot of the kids knew how to read music. They were listing off reasons of how the composition pieces were magnificent because the flow from the A sharp to the high C really brought the piece together to make a more beautiful, diminished sound. Meanwhile, I'm over here saying, yeah, that sounds good. I was a very underqualified musician for that, but I kept attending rehearsals until the day came, and I was way more underprepared for the performance than I thought that I would be. I tried to prepare, but I always got sidetracked with other assignments for all my classes. We did a few hours before the performance, and I still had a little time to figure out how to sing the music, so I had nothing to worry about. As the hours progressed, though, I kept getting more and more nervous as the day was progressing. I was struggling to keep up with everyone. It was clear that I was one of the only people that did not practice the music whatsoever. Even one of the tenors who I'm close friends with now, blurted out, "Who was singing the alto part?" That was me. I was singing the wrong part. However, that was not the only thing looming over me on that day. My choir director wanted everyone from her school to audition for the Missouri All-State Choir. She said it would be a life-changing opportunity, we would make friends for life, we would sing some of the most musical music we would ever make in our whole lives, and we would learn so much more about music than we normally would in a semester of high school. This put an extra weight on my shoulder. I did not want to disappoint my director or embarrass myself in front of the audition room. Every minute until my audition time was an eternity. There was one clock that I could see from the stage. I was glancing at it constantly. The dread was killing me. Then the clock hit my audition time. I was not at all ready for what I was about to do. I entered the audition room, very nervous about the piece I was supposed to perform. The piece was very challenging, like the parts clashed all over the page. Some of the notes did not make any sense and just hurt my brain. I had only practiced for the first time the night before, and I got the basic idea down. Granted, I was not the most competent musician, and I never had a prominent role in any music program before, so the preparation was brutal for me. However, when the track began to play, all the worries I had about the piece began to wash away. I started to feel very confident about it. My voice did not crack once, and I was calm during the whole piece, somehow. I walked out of the audition room feeling more confident than before, and a huge wave of relief washed over me when I was coming over to my director so our group can go get lunch. I was really relaxed for a while until it was time to perform. I was finally able to talk to my friends about the auditions to see what they thought about it. And I felt so much better talking to them because they were all in the same boat as me. It was one of the most nerve-wracking events for us choir kids in our high school careers. Hearing that calmed my nerves down personally. Maybe I was just overthinking the audition. Maybe I could be selected. I didn't let it get to me. And I just chilled before the performance. Then it was time. We were getting up on the stage, ready to sing with the music in our hands. The director at the time lifted her hand to start to conduct, and we sang beautifully. Words cannot describe the sounds that we made. Everyone loved it. Then it was time for us to hear the results of the audition. There was a short male director who ran the All-State Choir for the Southwest District, and he began listing off different vocal parts. Every time that he named someone, in my head I was like, oh yeah, they deserve this. Oh, of course, they would have made it. They are so talented. You know, things like that. There were some names that I was shocked didn't even get an alternate spot, so I was not even confident at my skills whatsoever. I mean, I was taken aback when those decisions were made. And they started listing off the tenors that would be in my district. And then instantly my name got called for some reason. At that moment, time froze. Like, I thought surely they got the wrong name. I thought that as I was walking down the stage. One of the other people from my school was way more vocally gifted in this section. I mean, they trained for music for years. And if they didn't make it, but I did, I don't know what kind of uproar there would have been in, like, the whole section. Luckily, his name was right after mine in the alphabet, and he was called up next, so no drama got ensued, but I was panicking that there might be. I was on the same level as one of the best vocalists in my high school. Honestly, I still think it's a fluke, though. However, most of the tenors in my section were not very good and tried to do their own thing instead of singing what's on the page. And it could have also been that I faked my confidence in all three parts of my audition. Maybe somehow that bumped me up a few more points, I don't know. Still pretty strange to think about to this day. That made me really reflect on my vocal performance, and I took in a lot from that experience. I was able to shape my own musical abilities from this experience, and then the further experience from going to All-State Choir by learning so much more than I could have ever done. So yeah, I guess that's how this event change my way of viewing myself as a musician.